Good evening. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Driving. Me, myself, and I here. The thought for tonight is time flies. I say that because just as I'm heading out the door, there's a news article playing that a year ago, this day, there was a tragic bus accident that killed a bunch of hockey players. And the ladies will think, wow, holy, it's, has it already been a year? Yeah, time flies. It flies by faster than you figure. I mean, my daughter is turning 25 in May. My son just turned 7. My granddaughter turns 2 years old in September. You know, it's funny. When you're young, life is busy, chaotic, exciting, crazy. Then you hit a certain age and boy, I wish I was older, I wish I was an adult, I wish. And then you get to your mid-20s, early 30s, and you have the, holy heck, time's flying by, I'm almost 30. And then you hit 30. Then you hit 40. Then you hit 45. And it's like, time flies. It's the only real way to put it. Time flies. In my case, I started early. I met my first wife in grade 11 in high school. By the time I graduated, we were living together. We got married. We had a kid. Yeah, I started off early. And next thing I know, my kid's 12 years old. And me and my first wife were splitting up. She is obsessive compulsive, bipolar, and not a day on medication when she was with me. So basically hell. We were together, and she was kind of a head case to begin with, but as she was hitting her mid-20s, 23, 24, 25, 26, her mental, 23 to 25, her mental health issues were really coming to a head. By 26, they were full-blown. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So it was pretty hairy living with her. Got to the point where she wasn't on medication, and I was seriously considering medicating myself in order to be with her. And she had a lot of problems. She was abusive, physically and emotionally and mentally too. So a lot of problems. Left that marriage. Was single for a while. Met the new love of my life. Fell in love with her. Then realized that she's 12 years younger than me. By that time, it was too late. I was already head over heels. Went through bankruptcy, divorce, and child custody all in 1 year. And yeah, I kind of lost track of time that year. My birthday, forgot about it completely. When we went to get the marriage certificate to get married to wife number 2, I'm only on number 2. So, the lady's asking my fiance at that time how old she is. She told her date of birth, gave it to me. She gave it to her, asked me how old I was. I told her. She's looking at me. What was your date of birth? I gave her my date of birth for like the 3rd time anyhow. And she's like, sweetheart, you're off a year. What do you mean I'm off a year? I don't remember how old I was when I got married to the second wife. 35, 36. I think I was just turned 36, and I said I was just turned 35. Something like that. Anyway, she's like, hey, you missed a year. And I had to think about it. And that year I went through bankruptcy, divorce, and child custody all at the same time. When your birthday comes, you kind of, in your mind, you flip the mental calendar. I'm not 24, I'm 25 now, kind of thing. Well, I forgot to do that because I forgot about my birthday. It just, yeah, it didn't happen. And we got married and everything's crazy and busy, and then we had a pregnancy that didn't end well. And then we got, that happened, then we got married. Yeah, and then next thing you know, our son's born, and then next thing you know, he's 7 years old, and I've got a granddaughter that's almost 2. It's like, don't blink, you know, time flies. Yeah, there's times when I kind of sit there and realize I've been a carried for 15 years since I graduated and had my certification as being a carried for over 15 years. Then there's the days that really blow my mind when I realize that my dad died when I was 14 years old in a trucking accident. Now, that was one of the worst days of my life. But another day that ranks up there with the top 5 for worst days of my life, I was 23 years old, and I had a holy crap moment. I realized that I was older that day than my dad was when he died. And I mean, our parents, we always think of them, you know, as like being around forever, and you never really comprehend how old they are, you know. They say they're, oh, I'm 40 years old. When you go, Mommy, Daddy, how old are you? And, you know, it's like, oh, you know, like, oh, that's so old. And then you realize that, you know, run a red light, dude. Wow, what a tool bag. Anyhow, you realize that when you're that age, that you asked your parent what age they were, and when holy crap they're old, and you realize you yourself are at that age or beyond it, and hopefully your parents are still alive. I mean, really, you know, losing a parent, the only thing worse than losing a parent is losing a child. So, and I've done both, so yeah, it sucks. Anyhow, yeah, time flies, and it sneaks up on you. You don't realize it, and you sit there and you realize, wow, I'm 30, what happened to my 20s? Wow, I'm 40, what happened to my 30s? It's just, be careful out there. Don't blink. Definitely don't blink twice, because if you do, time flies, and next thing you know, your great portion of your life's gone by, and you don't realize it. What the hell? Anyhow, someone stole the wife's parking spot. I'm home. I don't know where the hell the wife's gonna park. Alrighty. Yeah, that's my deep thought for the night. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please let me know. Give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested, you know, to watch the other videos, go for it. And, you know, maybe subscribe. Later.